One of the biggest challenges that most solopreneurs face is how to actually scale their business without sacrificing the quality of work and customer service that they provide. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can leverage delegating, outsourcing tasks in your business so that you can actually scale and get to the next level. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Evaughn, your favorite business strategist in these internet streets. Welcome to Social Land. This is my internet home where I help you to go from confused to the ethical, cash generating boss that we both know you are meant to be. And in today's video, we are talking about delegating, how you can outsource different tasks and assignments in your business so that you can take work off of your plate, you're not doing all the things, and so that you can actually scale and grow your business. It is the top of the year, and I have been hiring and outsourcing like crazy in my own business. So I've been hiring contractors to help me with my YouTube channel, my email marketing, and just various administrative things that go on behind the scenes. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I should do a video about how you can actually scale your business by outsourcing and delegating tasks. Often as a solopreneur, you are wearing all the hats in your business. You are the social media manager, you are the email marketer, you are the online business manager, you are customer service, you are everything to everybody in your business. And that can be overwhelming and stressful. And the reality is, this is something that I had to learn myself. If you want to be able to grow and scale, you are going to have to understand that you cannot do everything by yourself, and you have to be able to lean on other people, whether that is outsourcing things through contractors and freelancers, or that is actually building a team and hiring internal employees. But in this video, whether you want to build a team or you want to start leveraging freelancers and contractors that can help you out in your business, I'm going to tell you how you can actually start delegating tasks in your business so that you can scale. Okay, so first things first is, when it comes to delegating and outsourcing tasks and work in your business, you have to identify what it is that you should be outsourcing. And the way that I like to do this is by actually tracking my time and tracking my schedule for what I'm doing day to day. So typically what I recommend for my clients to do this is to do a time audit and a time study. Track your time for at least 14 days, right? That's 2 weeks. Just really write down everything you're doing, your schedule every single day. If you're in meetings, if you are answering emails, if you are posting on social media, if you're eating snacks, whatever it is, you want to write down and track what you're doing day to day. And then at the end of that time study, you want to calculate how much time am I spending on each activity. How much time am I spending posting on social media? How much time am I spending writing emails? Or how much time am I spending on coaching calls with clients? You want to outline everything you're doing and how much time you're spending in each area. And then this is going to help you to identify things that you can potentially outsource. Obviously, at this point, you could hire like a second coach if the majority of your time is spent on coaching calls and you want to free up some of your time. You may say, hey, I need to hire a second coach, right? But for most people, actually working with your coaching clients is what's bringing in the money to your business, and that is something that you prefer to do yourself. So you may look at other tasks that's like, well, I don't necessarily have to do this. You may notice that you're spending 3 hours a day posting on social media, creating content for social media, following up with customers in your DMs. And that's 3 hours that you could actually be using for coaching clients. That could be 3 more coaching clients, right? And so you may decide, you know what? I want to hire me a virtual assistant to handle all the social media. I want to hire a social media manager to take over all of those tasks. And so basically, by you doing this time audit, you can identify which tasks are tasks that you have to do that should be done by you, and tasks that you can outsource to other people. So I know for me, I have outsourced my email box for customer service. I have a virtual assistant who basically monitors that box, responds to customer inquiries, any questions, concerns people have. She handles all of that. When it comes to social media, I have my VA take care of that. Y'all know I am not for going down to the gram and Facebook, so I don't even go over there. I don't touch it. I don't look at it, right? But then also in my business, I love email marketing. I love writing emails. So even though that is something that I probably could outsource, because it's a passion of mine, something I love to do, I do all of my email marketing all myself. I write my emails, but then I let my VA actually go in and schedule the emails for when they're going to go out. So that's just something to consider when it comes to delegating and outsourcing. You want to identify the tasks and job responsibilities that can be outsourced to someone else. Next is, once you have identified the tasks, the assignments that you want to outsource, you have to find the right person for the job. And with this, what I like to do is to leverage freelancer sites like Upwork, sometimes Fiverr. I prefer Upwork in my own personal experience. I have found better qualified candidates on Upwork versus on Fiverr, but that is just my own personal experience. You could try them both and decide which one is going to be better for you. Or maybe you don't want to use a freelancer site and you just want to leverage your own community, right? If you have a community of other entrepreneurs, you may very well have someone in your community that has the expertise that you need. Say if you're looking to hire maybe a web designer, graphic designer, an email marketer, you may have that person in your community and you can hire them. And that's something I love. I love leveraging my own people. I love using people who are part of different communities and masterminds that I'm a part of. Typically, I will go there first before I go anywhere else, especially if I want to hire women. My personal preference, I like to hire women. I like to hire people of color. I like to hire people from the LGBTQ community first as preference, veterans, because those are things that I identify with and I feel like are marginalized communities that are oftentimes underserved, underrepresented. So if I can give people in those communities opportunities, then I'm happy to do so. I'm not saying that is something that you have to do. That is just my personal preference. Next, if you want to find the right people, I like to create a official job announcement. Again, my background is in HR, so I have always created, we like to call them functional job descriptions, or FJD. And basically, this is just a job description. It outlines a brief summary of what the job is, the job title, and a list of all the duties and responsibilities and the potential assignments that a person will have to do in that particular role. And this is not something that you have to do, but it is something that I recommend that you do that helps you to set expectations, not only for you as a manager or the person who's going to oversee their work, you have something to judge them on, but it also sets expectations for that employee or that freelancer that you hire to say, hey, this is a list of the roles and responsibilities that you're going to be expected to fulfill. All right, let's move right along. Once you have your job description, you've outlined the roles and responsibilities, the tasks that your perfect fit is going to be required to fulfill, you've hired someone. The next thing that you want to do is to make sure that you provide constant feedback and communication. So when I worked in HR, I was a workforce development instructor. I was a training instructor. So anytime there was some type of conflict going on in an office, I was the person that had to come in and figure out what was going on. Sometimes I would just meet one-on-one with a team or a group of people, or sometimes we would actually do trainings for the whole department, right? And that's when we come in and we do those trust falls, those building trust, effective communication workshops that everyone hates. I'm sorry. Yes, I used to be that person that did those. But oftentimes it is necessary because there's a lack of expectation, there's a lack of communication. And honestly, in my experience, most of the time when there's some type of conflict going on in an office, it is because there is not clear communication. Maybe people are not talking to each other, so you have people that are duplicating work, or maybe you have people that are not doing their job as you expected them to do it. And instead of you telling that person, like, this isn't the level of work I was expecting, you just kind of, brush it off and you're like, oh my God, this person is so dumb. But you never say anything to that person. And so that person, in their mind, they're thinking they're doing a wonderful job. Like, I killed that assignment, right? And you're like, it was straight trash. But it comes down to clear communication. If you can provide feedback, let people know when they're doing good. Let people know if something isn't necessarily meeting the expectation that you had. Have clear, effective communication, and I guarantee that is going to go a long way. Whether you are hiring contractors or you are hiring employees, this is going to help you to minimize your turnover just by having clear, effective communication. I promise. All right, last but not least, and I am preaching to the choir on this one. This is trusting your delegates and also trusting yourself. This is something that I had to tell myself when I hired my first VA. So when I hired my VA, she worked for 30 hours per week. And oftentimes I didn't even leverage the entire 30 hours. Sometimes she would work 18 hours. Sometimes she would work 22. But regardless of how many hours she worked, she was getting paid one set fee for those 30 hours per week, whether I use her for 7 hours or I use her for 30. And a part of that was trust, right? A lot of times I would tell myself, you know what? It is going to be faster for me to just do this myself. Or instead of me having to explain the process or explain what to do, I could just do it and get it done in that time of me trying to explain it to someone else. And I had to learn to relinquish control. Like, you are hiring people so that they can help you go further, so that you don't have to focus on these small tasks in your business and you can focus on income generating activities or more important things that are going to move the business forward. And so I had to trust. Actually, I had someone tell me, like, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust that you hired the right person for the job and that that person has the skill and expertise to fulfill the role and responsibilities that you have given to them. Listen, I'm preaching to myself right now for real, because it took me a long time to get to that point to where I trusted my VA and I actually leveraged her for the 30 hours per week that I had allotted. And the same thing with other people in my business. So you have to trust yourself that you're a smart, bright person. You have made a good hiring decision and you hired the right person for that job and that they can get it done. One thing that I have learned to implement in my business is something that I do in my personal life is I'm the type of person that I'll always lead with trust. I trust people until they give me a reason not to trust them. Now, once that trust is gone, it is gone, baby. It is hard to get it back, okay? But I had to start implementing that in my professional life to say, okay, like, this person says they can do this task. They have showed me their portfolio where they performed it successfully in the past. I'm going to trust this person's skill set. I'm going to trust my intuition. I believe this person could do it. And I'm just going to go with that until they give me a reason to think otherwise. So that is just my own personal experience with delegating. I know that in communities that I'm a part of, a lot of people struggle with being able to relinquish control and totally lean on other people in their business. This is normal. This is a feeling. When it comes to your business, it's like your business is your baby, right? And it's hard to trust that baby in someone else's hand. You don't want them to drop it or something happen. But a part of growth is you being able to trust other people and build a team. You may be able to grow your business with just you wearing all the hats, doing all the things, but I guarantee there's going to be a point to where you plateau and you notice, like, dang, I've been able to get to 6 figures on my own, and I've been able to grow my business this far without any help. I want to be able to get to 7 figures, and that's not going to happen. In most cases, in order for you to scale even to 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 and beyond, you are going to have to leverage other people and build a team, whether that's hiring contractors and outsourcing work or actually hiring employees in your business. Okay, so delegate, delegate, delegate. Okay, hopefully the tips that I gave you in this video make you feel comfortable being able to hire help in your business so that you can scale and so that you can rest. Okay, you don't have to do all the things all the time. Let me know down in the comments, what is the first thing that you want to outsource in your business? Do you want to hire contractors to help you out? Are you to the point to where you're ready to hire part-time, full-time employees? Let me know all the tea down in the comments below this video. As always, thanks so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you will be the first one to get notified anytime I upload another video just like this. Bye, y'all.